everybody, and welcome to the NTNA Recap Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Elaine Watson. I'm your host, and I'm the Executive Vice President of Kupa Incorporated. I am joined by my co-host, Beth Livesey, Executive Editor at Nails Magazine. And joining us on the couch this week is Hemi Park, who is the brand ambassador for this week's sponsor, who is LeChat. And not only is she guest judge, but she is also the second runner-up of Season 5 NTNA. Oh my God, if you had one more title, we would have had to just run the whole show that way.
Right.
Thanks so much for flying in and being on the couch.
Of course, and meow.
Meow.
Yeah,
I was trying to do cat ears and it looked like bunny
okay,
ears.
yeah,
Sorry, but I was trying to do cat ears for you.
I've been bugging Newton for probably every finale. He's sat next to me, and I've been bugging him for each of those to say, Newton, we do this show. We could give you guys so much extra airtime.
Right.
Like, please. And I wrote him an email, and he immediately wrote me back and went, all right, we're on it. So I'm really happy to have your commercial and have you here.
Okay.
And, yeah, all that. But before we do all that, we have some business to take care of, don't we, Beth?
Really, yes.
Do you want to tell the viewers what the heck NTNA is?
Oh, right. Of course. Good idea. So Nails Next Top Nail Artist is the only online professional nail art competition. It's elimination style, so that means each and every week we name a winner and we name an eliminated contestant. Each week is sponsored by a major nail manufacturer. So this week, for example, is sponsored by LeChat. So we are in our 7th season, and we are whittling down from 12 to the final 3, of which Hemi was one. And then the top 3 win a trip to Premier Orlando, where we will finally name the winner of the season, and the winner will score some major prizes like cash, the title, and a Swarovski crystal trophy.
Rock on.
Yeah.
I thought this week I would also clear up confusion as to how we're involved here.
Good idea.
They never
I like
do
that.
this, and
I like
apparently
that.
it's become a thing.
Yeah.
So we are Kupa. We are here at Kupa Incorporated in Anaheim, California. This is Kupa's studio. And when we joined the NTNA as a sponsor, Richard was brilliant enough to say, I'm going to create a show about it, which is just too funny because we didn't even ask for permission. We just started a show about you guys. And it was Hemi's year.
Yes.
So that was our first season. So when you're watching this show, we're like that little fish that follows a shark around, which is the NTNA competition.
Yeah.
And so the production that we do here is my team. And in picking like which videos to play, I watch every single video.
You do.
And when I'm watching the videos and I'm choosing who I'm playing this season, because we've in the past done teaching moments to say, we played this video because I want to show you how to fix what you're doing. But this season, we've been picking videos that we want you, the viewers, to be entertained by, because like television shows, you need entertainment.
Right.
So NTNA and Beth have zero input on what videos
Exactly.
I choose.
I don't know until we get here.
No,
right.
you have no idea until I send you the production, which happened to be this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's just you tickle Elaine's fancy or what I think the viewers might like, and you end up on my show. So
right, and if you want to see all the videos, you can go to nailsmag.com.
Absolutely.
Or you can go to ntna.nailsmag.com.
And you should, because the flat images do no justice to what's happening on these videos.
Yeah.
So last week, we have to retouch on Vogue, which I am so happy to, because last week I had never even met them in person.
Right.
And now I've just returned from ESI in Vancouver, and I spent time with Arlene, Courtney, Brooklyn, and Joanne. Hi, my friends. And oh my God, I'm so in love. I love them all.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I feel like a whole new person. I've known them for years. So, want to just recap what that challenge was?
Sure, yes. So last week was sponsored by On Vogue, and the challenge name was Star-Crossed. So the theme was, astrology has long been believed to have an influence on our lives and on the natural world. For this challenge, On Vogue asks that you reach for the stars and create an astrological set of nails based on your zodiac sign. The design will be on 10 nails, with one hand featuring your own zodiac sign and the other featuring a compatible sign. Embellishments were allowed. Nails could be sculpted or done on tips, then placed on the actual hands. Yes.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was really cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Lots of Aries friends.
I know, a lot of Aries. Yeah.
So this week we have
Leo there.
I know there wasn't any.
Yeah.
My
Well,
sister's
Stella
a Leo.
did Leo, I think.
Like a lion. There was a lion.
As a competitor.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well.
You're a Leo.
Apparently, yeah.
Not the
I'm sorry.
competitive.
You do some.
Okay. I'll do some.
Challenge
So
them.
this week's top 3 were Kadee, Kelsey, and Allison. Congratulations, ladies. Why don't you start with Allison's comment, and I'll move on to
Sure.
Kadee's.
So, Allison, the judges marveled at your marble and magnets. Another week, another great video from you. While the judges appreciate the range and work you've shown us so far, we feel the set could have had a little bit more detail, but it was well done. Congratulations.
And the general comments for Kadee were, your blown glass set was admired by all the judges. These nails had beautiful dimension, and the crab technique was a standout.
Yeah.
When it comes to your tutorials, keep in mind that you don't need to show every nail if you're repeating a process. Slow down and maintain the perspective. Slowing down and maintaining the perspective will only make your videos better. Excellent work.
Yeah. And so for Kelsey, this set is technically ambitious, and the result is drop dead gorgeous. The judges are always looking for a wow factor, and this week you really brought it. But we would expect nothing less from you. Brava.
And this week's winner
Yeah.
is Miss Kelsey Waldo. Congratulations.
For sure.
Now, as Beth gives the comments, I want to make it clear what I have done here,
Okay.
because Kelsey happened to be on Vogue's winner last season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see
So
what you
she's
did.
a double.
Cool.
So because
Oh,
I held
cool.
up my iPad last week, I thought I could do better this week.
I love that.
And what you're going to see is a picture of this week's, this challenge set of nails
Yeah.
and last season's challenge. So
Yeah.
don't be confused by it.
Got
But
it.
we had lots of conversations about her at the ESI show.
Of course
With
you
Arlene,
did.
and
Of course you
they love her work. They're really
I know.
proud of what she's
I
done,
know.
and they're really proud of her that she got it 2 seasons in a row.
They call her Miss On Vogue.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
So, do you want to give the comments?
Sure. So, guest judge Deanna Stelmastruck, who joined us last week here at Kupa, said this set definitely has a wow factor. Your hand painting is amazing, and your shape would have been very difficult. You really went the extra mile. Your hands complement each other beautifully. There are similarities to this set and the set you submitted last season for the challenge. So even she saw it. It's really cool. Okay. Season 6 champion Ashton Harlan, who I do see in our chat. Hi, Ashton. She says, wow, there is so much going on within this design, but it works so well. Even the structure is sound. Brava. And then I said, wow, what a pose. Striking image and artwork. I like the mix of good and bad traits from the signs. I thought that was a unique idea. The woman with the half face Aries skull is also really, really well done. The tiger and owl eyes are my favorite. I love them on the sides. I just thought it was ingenious. Yeah. And then head judge Jan Arnold said, absolutely drop dead gorgeous nails. Technically, they are very ambitious with great artistry, precision, and beautiful colorways. Nice pro tips too.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
So we have our safe contestants this week were April, Giselle, Jessica, Becca, and Stella.
Congrats.
And of course, sadly, there must be a bottom 3, 2 of which will be eliminated from the competition after a lab. Or
Right.
not 2 of these, I mean 2.
Right,
in the
gotcha,
lab.
gotcha. I was
Sorry.
like, what?
My brain went a little on
It's okay, yeah.
autopilot.
Yeah.
So, who were the... Actually, I think I said I'm going to say it.
That's fine.
So our bottom 3 were Bojana, Helen, and Ilona. And the general comments were, you can go ahead with Bojana.
Sure. So, Bojana, again, your voiceover was quiet this week in comparison to your music. Please make adjustments so that we can hear you better. While the thumbs are absolutely fabulous, the same attention to detail was not brought to the other 8 nails.
And the comments for Helen was, the judges agree that the set was clean and cohesive, but some of the nails lacked oomph. Teacup nail, for example. We talked about it. Yes, your videos are fun, but consider editing down all the elements, as too many choices can make for a fragmented tutorial.
Right. And Ilona, the judges were left wondering about your techniques this week. We feel there was a lot of opportunity lost as well as confusion due to your video. Yeah.
So Beth, who is packing up their paintbrushes and joining Christy
Correct.
in the design lab.
Bojana.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Bojana.
I know.
But it doesn't matter anyways, because like I say every week, you could be in the lab today and stay in it until the
A
very
winner
end and end
tomorrow,
up in Florida.
for sure.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we have some, no, I didn't do the comments again.
That's okay.
So, all right, I'm going to recap. We're going to talk about lab at the very end.
Okay.
Because we do have a lab competition
Sounds
now
good. We
starting.
do, yeah.
Before we go there, though, we have this week's entire challenge to get started on. And this week's challenge is sponsored by LeChat.
Yes.
Who is the sponsor this week. And, of course, our guest judge is Hemi.
Hello. Meow.
Super excited. Beth, why don't you give us the challenge for this week and we'll start talking about what they've done.
So nails are my superpower. Doing nails is most definitely a superpower all of our top 10 possess. For this challenge, though, LeChat wants to see one of their other superpowers brought to life on 5 nail tips. And I thought the example this week was just perfect because the example is our own Hemi Park. She says that her superpower, in addition to doing nails, is endless caffeine intake. And I've witnessed this. It is completely true. It's completely true. She's miraculous. I would like to see your nails that reflect that. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, coffee nails.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So LeChat supplied the contestants with gelée 3-in-1 powders and nail architecture brushes to complete the challenge. So we want to see 3 nail art techniques used to make this set. For the video portion of the challenge, make sure you are showing the 3 techniques you used. If you decide to use glow-in-the-dark powder, please show that in the video as well, so light and dark. The nail tips may not be stuck together, and contestants can use other mediums to paint and decorate nails, but no more than 25% of the entire set. Yeah.
All right. Before we start showing you guys what the competitors did this week, I just want to remind you that we are live in the chat. If you have any comments or questions, be active. We want to share your comments and questions.
And it's the perfect chance to talk to Hemi.
Yeah.
I would take such advantage of this, like especially if you're competing or thinking of competing. And Hemi, you compete in all, like you do all sorts of competitions. So
Yes,
I think any competition advice in general, like feel free to ask Hemi.
What can I say? I'm an addict.
You are an addict. Caffeine and competition.
To more than coffee.
Not much sleeping.
I know, since you don't
Sure.
sleep, you got to find something to do.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So, that's what I do when I'm not sleeping. I think about competition and I try to compete and try to think about the next competition. But I'm gonna talk about our challenge, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So when, everybody asks me to come on board for the LeChat guest judge, we picked out gelée 3-in-1 because one, it's versatile. It's the powder that can go with gelée system, which is gel powder system. So it is different from dipping powder system, which Newton created actually. We have dipping powder, but we're just talking about gelée, and it's used with it can be used with monomer, liquid monomer. And also it can be used as an actual dipping powder. So these 3-in-1 powders are amazing. And this is week 3.
Right.
And we asked them to show us 3 different techniques just using just a powder. And we sent them a couple of brushes, which are amazing. So
yeah, so it's 3, 3, 3.
And
lots
top
of
3.
3.
And top 3
is a very, very, very good lucky
It's a magical
number.
number.
It's a
Everything
popular
good
number.
comes in number 3.
You're right. Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So let's see what the competitors have done, and we're going to start with Allison. I don't have a video for her today.
Okay.
I've thrown a few people who haven't been in the videos because they were
Because her video was
so darn
scary.
entertaining.
Her video was
huh?
scary. I mean, okay, no. So in all honesty, like her theme was like confronting your fear is your superpower.
Her superpower.
And she said she loves like visual effects makeup and Halloween. So she made these very scary monsters that personify fear, and the spider just freaked me out. Like I thought it was so creepy. It was so good.
It was the fear.
Yeah.
I thought her imagination came out in this
Exactly.
set. My one nick was the head was fear of blood. And I mean, I'm looking at that guy going, it's the fear of an open skull.
There's no
fear
blood.
of those teeth.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the blood in that one, but I had a whole lot of other fears that went with the head on the plate.
It was scary.
Yeah,
it
was.
still did the job.
What did you think, Hemi?
One. Well, I kind of lost it there.
It's okay. Do you need some more caffeine?
No, probably yes. And sleep maybe. So first thing I noticed was definitely the eyeballs. And that really caught my eyes. I was like, okay, well,
she did have a common theme in building that eyeball on.
The yarn.
The yarn
fantastic.
was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And the teeth, like installing her teeth, like in her monster was fabulous.
Yeah.
And I love that she created almost like 4D, like a really multi-dimensional 3D designs into her designs. The only downside that I want to add on was that her person, who is gorgeous,
the lady,
she's the one who's overcoming the fear. She was lacking just slight little bit of detail compared to the monster and the spider and the octopus, but overall it was clean and very eye-catching. I didn't get scared from it. I was like, oh, that's very cool. Because, I'm weird. I don't easily get scared.
Weird.
But like this snake and then like the octopus during my season and then the teeth was like, oh my god, how did she make that teeth? Like I want to know.
Right.
And she used very good 3 techniques and she thoroughly explained in the video, so I really loved it. Again, she's very bubbly.
Right.
She's her personality is absolutely
her videos
fantastic.
are entertaining.
She is young. She's everything that everybody's looking for as a YouTuber or the video, like nail video person. Having reference photos in the video and on her screen is absolutely fabulous. I can definitely tell she's using all the tools in her video making tools, and that's all.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was really.
I thought
great
she was really cool to call it Natasha Harton.
Yes.
This
was the week of Natasha Harton.
It was the week of Natasha, but there was also the week of Allie.
Yeah,
because 2 people called out Allie and 2 people called out Natasha.
Yeah.
My only down, and it's going to be a theme through this whole week, is I kind of really wish the competitors would scale down their art. Like, it's a nail art competition, and for me, like, as a international head judge, like, I feel like it's harder to be detailed on tiny things. I've said this so many times. I feel like it's like a broken record, but like these pieces were really, really big pieces. When she's holding that spider, it practically filled her hand.
They're huge.
Yeah, you would knock my socks off if you had put that much detail into a really teeny tiny piece.
Well, Allie did mention she wanted to scale it bigger,
play with the scale
to add the drama effect, which I thought it was well
it's
played.
Drama. It does make it easier when you go big.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
And I don't know if you guys can see this, but Hemi has like a notepad and a computer.
Yeah, oh my god.
Full of detailed notes.
We're just gonna be her wingman today.
I just want to point out, like, there is no doubt that people are watching all the videos. They're taking it seriously.
Yes.
They're investing a lot of time. Like, she came super prepared. So.
I've been stalking everybody's Instagram.
Thank you for stalking people. I appreciate that.
Facebook, and I can find it.
You're paying attention. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And then I have a question in the chat for Hemi, which I want to ask you. From the lovely Dana Cecil. She says, Hemi, how does someone become such an amazing competitor like yourself? So, like, if you want to compete, how do you ramp yourself up? Like, how do you do that?
Well, when I first wanted to compete, it was so that I can see how I'm doing.
Okay.
Because that was a competition is a good way of finding out where you at in the technical field. Then I got really addicted to being in the competition arena, and I was modeling and all that. But when I really went for the NTNA or the Olympia, because I did everything back to back on the Olympia and then NTNA, I really wanted to compete against myself. So that was my mentality the whole time, because
I love it.
Even though I can be good in certain things and I'm a natural nail tech, I wanted to prove that I can still do 3D and like painting and all these things. I still wanted to challenge myself. Like everything was about me against Hemi.
Hemi versus Hemi.
Hemi versus Hemi, and awake Hemi versus sleepy Hemi.
Caffeine Hemi. There's no uncaffeinated.
I was literally
Hemi.
punishing myself every weekend for Hemi, do not sleep. You can sleep after this piece. You can sleep after,
Oh my
this
God.
little thing. You can eat after this little thing. You can shower after this little thing. Because I was pulling, like,
can shower.
50 to 80
You
hours.
withheld showering?
Yes. Yes.
Your poor husband.
No, he did not even see me because I was in the
right,
office,
right.
in my office
Yeah.
at home. And I will hear him snoring, like, in the background, and my cats will be, like, running around. But I'm like, okay, Hemi, I need to focus. And, that was my, every weekend, because I had to work during the week. And
Right,
then
right.
I'll push everything back to, like, Thursday through Monday, usually. And then Monday I'll pass out. But waking up, like, on Monday after, finishing everything, it was such a rewarding feeling that you get. And I kept, like, doing this to myself. Like,
I love that. That's
okay,
wonderful.
You did it.
That's
And
wonderful.
it really didn't matter what the result was and what the judges were saying. Yes, I was taking their criticism like, in a positive way.
Good.
So I tried to
Good.
improve it every week and where I can. And I will also judge mine. In my
I'm
head,
sure.
like, okay,
I'm
Hemi
sure.
versus Hemi, but Hemi's also a judge, so I'm gonna, like, look at my work and be like, okay, well, how did Hemi do? So
Wow.
that's what I did, and I think that made me, keep going and still wanting to try more.
I love that.
So
That's great.
that
That's
was
good
really
advice
cool.
for
I
the
thought-
competitors
yeah,
here.
I think that's really
We should
great.
move on to our next competitor. I'm not
Yes.
going to get this show done on
Oh
time.
my God,
I
sorry.
love that question.
April. This week I did pull April's video, and
love
I've got
I loved
I
it.
think
I
6
do.
videos this week to get through. I wanted to. We're still not at a point where I can play everybody's, but April. Let's go to April's video, and then when we come back, we'll discuss her nails.
Hey y'all, welcome to Challenge 3 of Nails Next Top Nail Artist. So this week our sponsor is LeChat. LeChat asked us, what is our superpower? Well, I thought and thought and thought some more. And I had a lot of ideas, but the one I settled on is Southern hospitality. You see, all my friends love to come to my house. They know I always have an ear to listen. I always have food in my fridge to feed them, and I always have a glass of sweet tea. Southern hospitality. So I hope you will come along with me and see what I create for this challenge. Oh hey, I forgot to mention something. You're going to need one of these. A tumbler of sweet tea. What do you mean you've never had sweet tea? Bless your heart. Starting off with our welcome nail, coat it in cherry berry acrylic. Sculpt the welcome sign with clear acrylic. Create a gel polish using some top coat, the color palm leaf and blue crush. Mix in a dapping dish. Those colors mixed together made the perfect shade of green for our welcome sign. Don't forget to cure often. Paint details on the welcome sign and add yellow roses for friendship and happiness. For the next 2 nails, apply a thin base coat and pour sleek white over the nails. Don't forget to file and buff smooth. Create the shape of the recipe card out of sleek white. Add some brown alcohol ink to distress and add a recipe. Use the acrylic color Bare Skin for the quilt. Use your brush to lift it off of the wax paper and fold it into a quilt. I created this aqua color by mixing blue crush, palm leaf, and sleek white. Color blocking is the perfect technique to create the quilting squares. And voila, a cozy quilt. It's tea time! Sculpt your glass over a nail form using clear acrylic. Don't forget to cool that tea down with some ice. Mix top coat and a little bit of brown gel polish to make the tea. And it's ready to serve. To make these cute little biscuits, sandwich 3 beads of acrylic together, drying between beads. Use very wet beads of yellow and brown acrylic like watercolor to make the biscuits golden brown. Mix top coat and blue crush and paint details on the dish. Make sure you cure often. Look at those cute little biscuits and look at the gravy. Oh my gosh, and now guess what? We're adding pepper. Yes, I'm hungry. For the aqua color, I mixed blue crush, sleek white, and palm leaf. These will be our seersucker and magnolia flower nails. Create a white gel polish by mixing top coat and sleek white. This created the perfect transparency to give it a true seersucker look. Mix sleek white and sunny days to make a soft yellow. When the acrylic is almost dry, roll it between your fingers to create the centerpiece for the magnolia flower. You're going to need a bunch of petals for your flowers. Pro tip: when putting your flowers together, you can use poster tack to hold everything together until the acrylic dries. I shaved dried yellow acrylic with my e-file to create pollen for the center of the flowers. Mix blue crush and palm leaf to make this dark green for the magnolia leaves. Pro tip: if you want a fancy font, try sketching it first and then painting it. This will give you confidence as you paint and a clean look. The final look. If you're ever in my neck of the woods, you're welcome to stop by for a visit and a glass of sweet tea. Thank you to our sponsor LeChat, and thank you Nails Magazine. Oh, and hey, don't forget to vote. I'll leave the link in the description box below when voting is live. Thank you, every vote counts.
So, fellow competitors Stella Sam and, Dana Cecil, I think of her as one anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both know April Lang really well, and they said that this is so her. Like, this superpower is so her. She is that southern hospitality.
Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing this side of April. Like you were saying, she was on the video this week. And, like, showing us her mad skill set.
Yeah.
Creating miniature beverages, food. And I love the South for this reason. Like, I love going to the South. It's real. Southern hospitality. Art. It
should
real.
be everywhere.
It's so nice. And you feel at home there. So I thought this was so cute and warm. Yeah.
I liked her technique when she made the quilt. Like, you could see her do this piece while it was still flexible. She just really lightly folded it and then painted on it. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Well, my one short word for her piece, y'all. Bless her heart. It was so sweet. Just by looking at it, you can tell this is a sweet piece. And looking at her video, I've never met her in person. I've seen her like here and there.
Yeah,
I think. But she just was a sweet lady. I want to be invited to her place.
I know.
And the biscuit with the gravy, I need to know where that gravy, like how she made the gravy on it, and then like how the pepper actually stayed. Is it gel? Is it acrylic? You know, because she sprinkled it. She like grinded it in the video, which was amazing. Loved
it was a clever idea to actually use the pepper.
Yeah,
although the pepper flakes are giant compared to her very tiny biscuits, which I thought, again, back to my comment, her parts, this is a set of nails. This is a nail competition. And those biscuits had so much detail for, I mean, like 4 of them on one plate. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I want some biscuits and gravy.
And I think she improved on the lettering, because I think on the first challenge, that was one of the things we said. Yeah. You know, watch the lettering. And I think that this welcome sign, the bless your heart, like, even the recipe, because it's a real recipe down there. It's not scribbles. I just think she did a really precise job with the lettering.
and actually too, the centers of her flowers.
Yeah.
She made acrylic and grinded it up in order to have
the pollen.
Yeah, the pollen on the actual
she
center.
took a lot of time to like put in a lot more details, like fine lining and all these little work, which I really appreciate. The one comment that I will add on to will be everything looked great and absolutely fantastic, had like really good vibes to it. The magnolia and the roses, they look very repetitive, so maybe add one more petal or just add a little more touch to make it look more realistic. That might be really good. But overall, like her piece like touched my heart. I was like, oh, I want to meet her and hug her.
I think Orlando, 'cause she lives in Florida.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
So everyone's going to April's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
My only suggestion, and it's more of an editing suggestion, is April, you showed all of these elements, like you made the biscuits, you made the flowers, you made the this and the that, and at the start of the video, I always watch these without looking at the pictures first, because I want to learn how you did everything and not be spoiled by what I thought I saw in the picture and what I didn't. And so as a viewer, I spend my time going, what do these nails look like? What do these nails look like? Because it's a biscuit, it's a flower, it's a this, it's a that, and then she builds them in the video. So for me, I would like to see each nail come together in your editing. You know, make the biscuits and then see how that nail came together. You don't have to record them in that order. You could just edit them in that order so that to the viewer, they can see where you were taking those pieces and where you're taking that set of nails. Who was it? It was in the last NTNA. One of the competitors always did the window. I've been spoiled by that. Every nail she did, I can't think of who it was.
She showed you what she was doing.
I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna after our next video break. Because one of the competitors in the last NTNA competition we just did, she would show you a little window of that nail while she was working on that nail.
On the split screen,
so you knew where she was going with what she was showing you, and as a viewer, it was like, oh, this makes sense to me.
Yeah, that goes to the reference photos. So using the tool, like the video editing tool.
It's not so random and everywhere. It's more controlled.
I agree.
So our next competitor is Giselle. And I don't have the video on hers, but I do recommend you go watch it because she had a lot of cute little tidbits in this. She's got moving parts
and she has Hemi's superpower. She's a night owl.
Yeah.
I know.
Her superpower, she's not using coffee, but she's...
No.
Well, she does, actually. I think... Did she put it in there? No, she didn't.
Maybe Giselle doesn't need it.
Well, she says she gets very productive, like, in the middle of the night.
Gets a lot
I need to know how long you're sleeping on an average, because I sleep about, like, 5.
Oh, okay.
Every day, and then, like, maybe less, like, today. But, her piece was very, very cool.
Like, I agree.
Very creative.
The first glance of it was just whimsical, and it was really cute. But then it was very clear storytelling throughout the nails, so that I didn't have to like go read or anything.
Right.
I have one comment like while I'm on live, because this also goes to any like contestant or anybody who's out there who does not speak English as a first language, because I wasn't born here, so. I don't speak English fluently, so when I was doing the NTNA video, I will always write the script and then, read, down by the seconds and just, kind of practicing it. So they all sound very, even, and I'm not chasing the video, and then the audio video, like, syncs up very well, like, while you're looking at it. I noticed Giselle was doing that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's just really good at it. But she had a moment where she was running out of her breath, like at the end of it. So when I did that, I had a few times like that, like in the beginning. So I started to put comma where I wanted to breathe in my script.
Oh,
so
such a good tip.
So you put a comma and then or make a big space so you know where to pause and breathe while you're doing the video. And if you're doing that like throughout the whole video, it sounds very even and you sound very calm and very confident. So that's one tip for you.
I love that.
So that was my one comment, because kind of had to. Also, Giselle, you need to leave your pro tip and the subtitles a little bit longer on the screen because I was like,
they
oh,
flashed.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, is it there? Is it there? You know, so that was.
I'm a speed reader, and I have to say it was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. But other than that, like her piece was amazing. She showed the glow in dark.
Yeah, I love the glow in the dark.
And then she put in little LED.
Yeah, the moon.
In the moon.
Yeah.
So you really have to look at it because the video actually was really fun.
The video at the end was fun. The glow in the dark was especially
but throughout the whole thing, it was still very fun.
Yeah, but I like seeing the turn off the light.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the goggles move, the light bulb moves. Like there's moving parts to this.
It was
too.
a precision that she
Her owl was adorable.
Yeah.
It was.
I like the details of adding the craters to the moon because
I thought that was cool
typically
too.
when they do the half moon they don't add craters.
Yeah, they just do it smooth.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute.
Yeah,
good
I loved
conversation bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were very cute.
Yeah. Good job, Giselle.
Great job.
Our next competitor is Helen.
Yes.
No shocker there that
But
she's
she
always one of
knew-
my.
But she knows what we're gonna say. 'Cause
Right.
She's the
Hell-
psychic.
She's the psychic.
Yeah, she knows what we're
So
gonna say. Yeah.
psychically speaking, she's probably expecting her video this week, but because I have a couple different ones, this one we're not. So make sure you go watch it. She had some really cool things like building the facets up on her
That
stone
was
nail.
my thing that I thought was really
She starts
different.
with it. It was a good start.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. The
That was
plastic.
so
Yeah.
cool.
And then this isn't real sage. When I first looked at this
Yeah.
photo, I thought she put some sage
The
as a
string.
prop, and it's not. She made it all. So I thought that was really impressive. And then I want the mini tarot cards.
Yeah.
Like how
yes.
detailed and exact. Like you can tell which ones
She
they
had
are.
a lot of
I can't even see it from this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, why is it so tiny? Like, what is it?
She had a lot,
Yeah.
like so many tips, tricks, and details that I found myself not writing as many notes as I would normally because I didn't want to look away, and I had paused it so many times. I just wanted to watch it all. So I think she had a lot of good things. I only have one thing for me this week. The teacup we talked about last week.
Yeah.
This week it's the little ghost. Like I get
Right.
it, psychic. You've got
Right.
the crystal ball. You got the sage. You
Right.
got the stones. The little ghost with a bow on its head was kind of last week's teacup.
Like,
but maybe
who
this is
is
becoming
this?
her thing.
who is this? Tell
Right?
me.
Yeah, maybe this is becoming like a signature thing for her to throw that
Maybe
one
it is.
element that
Oh,
just
okay.
stands
Maybe
out.
that wasn't
and we're
okay.
missing that,
Okay.
right?
Then you gotta play that out. Play
Right.
with that. But yeah, for me it sticks out a little. It's off with the rest of.
Oh, and she's
everything.
one of the ones who credited allergy. I made
Yeah,
notes
for
of
the
the credit.
crystal ball.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because she made the crystal
Yeah.
ball. She got the idea of flattening out the product from her.
Yeah.
Watching Helen's video makes me like kind of go back to like Tracy Lee.
Yes, I totally think of Tracy Lee and
love
Helen
Tracy Lee
as these funny
Right.
videographers.
Right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're both very natural educators.
Totally,
They're great at
totally,
teaching
yeah.
a lot of pro tips that you can actually use in the salon. That's
Agreed.
my favorite part
Agreed.
of like her videos
Yeah.
so far. And of course, everything looked fabulous.
Yeah.
She used very detailed, like she was really in detail with how she was making certain things, how she's mixing powders and how she was creating these crystal, and they were very realistic. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's it, but everybody should go watch her
I agree.
video.
100%.
This is fun.
Before we move on to the next competitor, April confirmed for you, Hemi, in the chat that the way that she says, "Hey y'all, the gravy is made from top coat and jelly powders." So that's how she made hers. She
They
must have made
looked
the gravy
real.
color. It looked like real.
They look so real. I was
Somebody
like,
else did one where they mixed and poured like a.
There's
it wasn't another
several.
gravy. There was something else. I remember
like a
somebody mixing
glazing.
and
Yeah,
pouring.
it's the casting technique.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, well.
All right, good job. So on to our next competitor, which is Ilona.
I don't know.
Yeah, we get another owl in this one.
Oh,
Night
yeah.
owls.
Yeah.
A lot of night owls. Yeah.
So she said that. Oh,
So what she did,
her superpower.
She asked her friends what they thought her superpower was. And I
Yeah.
actually thought that was a
That
really
was
good
cute.
direction.
Right at the very beginning
to
of her
go.
video.
Right, because like your friends sometimes are able to tell you those things about yourself better than you are. And I like how she chose chemistry and like calculations. She won an economic contest.
Yeah,
So
I was
clearly
like, what?
she's very like left and right brain.
Mm.
So I just thought it was like so cool that she showed us the physicality of like a graph. It comes off.
She's got her medals and her trophy from winning competition.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
cute, her
wrote
book.
down as her, because I was writing that everybody's superpower as well. I just put it as she's a smart all.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a
Smarty
smarty
pants.
The one little thing that I missed from, well, I kind of wish she did, was she was sculpting this all. That it was beautiful. She used like a lot of details in it, and then the result when she peeled that all back, it was kind of like translucent because she was using little.
She
like
was
mix
doing
of
like
a
a
lot
layering
of color. Yes,
of
and then layering.
transparent.
So that
She had a
everything
lot of
looked, you know, like in depth. She could have just painted the backing, like the back of it, in black or white to make it really pop or vibrant, or add a little more detail.
Right.
That would have been amazing.
Right.
And you know, in her video, obviously she has a lot of moment where she's not talking. I
There's
get
quiet.
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. I
Yeah.
hate being
Yeah.
on camera, even though I'm here. Hello. I get nervous. And I get every anxiety that everybody's feeling, especially who's like foreign, you know, contestant.
Yeah.
But you know, add music or you know, put a subtitle. What
Perfect.
you're
I
doing,
think that's such a great
subtitle
idea.
will
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, blasting music, that's okay. But you know, don't leave it just so empty because you go like.
It is an important part
It
of the
is.
scoring is when you do the video because it's about being instructive. You know,
Right.
they're making these videos and the way that they even, you know, Jan said it many times, don't say I. You know, it's like, this is what you do.
Teach, don't tell.
Teach, don't narrate.
And then it's
teach
about
it.
the technique, right?
So-
So we want to know your technique.
Yeah, so
totally.
this is obviously a hurdle that if somebody's English isn't their first language, it's a hurdle that they're going to have. But like you said, there are some things you can do to get
Other
over that
tools like
hurdle.
subtitle or
Subtitles
just
are
say,
great.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm using, you know, jelly powder and clear
Right.
and nail
Right.
architecture brush, you know, number 8.
Yeah.
And it like her videos look like there are a lot of things going on that she
Yeah.
doesn't explain. So I kept wanting
Where
to
you're going,
watch.
I want to know what you
Right,
did.
and
Last
I'm, like,
week
trying
I
to
did
catch
that.
Right.
That
right.
first nail
Right.
after the video last
Right.
week, she's got this long
Right.
nail that had layers of stuff on it, and and then it was like, boom, there's the nail, and it was like, no, I
Don't
wanna know.
let us hanging
Yeah.
because you know you want to like really watch
Yeah.
it and learn from her and
Totally.
want to like find
Agreed.
her and
Yeah.
look for her you know
Yeah.
classes and
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So you know that's one you know little tip from me.
Yeah,
You know,
perfect.
as a fellow you know non-English speaker.
Competitor. and competitor.
Perfect
Yeah.
coming from
Wonderful.
one to the other.
Yeah.
Great job this week, Ilona. The next competitor we have is Jessica. Jessica Warzyniak.
Another scary. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know.
For me,
no,
another
because she's
scary.
a bug whisperer.
For me, I'm so afraid of bugs.
I hate bugs.
So
I hate bugs.
No, but it was
her
one
little
fell.
pet bug.
One came on the video.
Yeah, the pet
It was
bug.
perfect.
It was. It proved the
perfect.
point. She's a whisperer, and I was the
Yeah.
whole time going, "No, don't touch it! Don't touch." You know,
She
like she let
totally-
it crawl.
I
on
thought she
it.
like planted
She-
it in
I
there.
did too.
I was
know.
like,
I
is
did
that
too.
real? Is she gonna
I did too.
encase that? Is she gonna? I was like, oh, okay.
It's a
So
visitor.
I was-
It's just
yeah,
a visitor.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh.
I
okay.
liked her bug wing technique that she took a
I
tip, cut it in half,
agree.
and then opened the wing.
Very
to
nice
be
use
the
of the
bug.
shape and forms.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was one of the ones who also commented on Allie.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I
She
mean,
credits
like,
Allie
I'm
for
loving
the
this
idea
whole,
of mixing.
You know, like let's shout out everybody, give it.
I
a
love that.
credit.
I love that too.
it.
Yeah.
So for Jessica, I kind of want to suggest like her video was more like doing it this way, not this way.
I love it. Okay.
So when I'm looking at the video, especially nail video, I'm trying to learn something. I like to look at it as I'm doing something. So I actually literally flip my computer around and see if it's awkward. It's not, you know, it's not. So maybe she can flip the video, or you know, when she's shooting, she can like adjust it so that it looks like you were doing it. So I, as an audience, can look at it.
So we call it the nail tech perspective.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we're a professional nail audience, so we want to see videos from the nail tech perspective, whereas maybe like a lot of consumers want to see it from the opposite side of the table because they're doing it themselves. But
Yeah.
we want to see the nail tech perspective. Yeah.
Jessica has confirmed, no, he came to visit me while I was working.
Yeah.
because she is the bug whisperer.
Yeah.
Alyssa Schmidt, sorry, says the tree is neat. That spider was cool looking too. The tree was cool because doing that tinfoil technique.
Yeah.
She got a lot of technique and texture to the tree.
It's called Cheeto.
Cheeto is the spider.
I'm like, oh my god.
Her
she
pet.
named her bug.
Yeah, her pet.
Like, that is so cute.
Yeah.
My favorite part of her video definitely was that like her personality shows through.
Totally.
And in her piece, the Mini Jess.
I know the Mini Jess is her.
I'm just gonna call
It's
Mini
her.
Jess.
Yeah.
Mini Jess like has this quirky, like
Totally.
fun, whimsical, like face impression that like sets the whole mood of the entire set, which was really amazing.
She's welcoming these bugs.
Yes.
Come,
and welcoming
visit
us
me.
to join her. I'm like, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna go, prepare myself first.
There you go. Yeah.
Well done.
Good
Well
job.
done.
Katie's our next competitor.
Katie.
This one touched my inner child
It's so
to the
fun.
bomb.
It's fun.
To the bomb.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this one we do have the video, and we get to meet her special guest, her weekly
cute.
guest.
Yeah.
So this is cute. You have to watch this video right to the very end. So let's go.
Nails Next Top Nail Artist. Nails are my superpower, sponsored by LeChat. Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to be showing you Challenge 3 for Season 7 of Nails Next Top Nail Artist. For this we were asked to create a superpower, and I would say one of my superpowers is creating confectionery treats. However, usually the process of getting them made gets a little bit messy, so instead of making a perfectly clean, idealistic looking kitchen, I made a more realistic kitchen and one that you could see almost any day of the week in my house. So it looks like the mixer exploded, cats are in the cabinets and on the table, I've got a Melody trying to steal something out of a bowl, and I myself am licking the spoon because that is the best part of making anything in the kitchen. So I hope you guys appreciate this design as much as I do and can relate a little bit to the hectic mess that a kitchen can be. And don't forget to vote on Monday. Thank you again for keeping me in this competition, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Mix some custom colors to use throughout the design with the gelée 3-in-1 powders. For the background, I used the Sleek White and Sunny Days. Make sure that you give them a really good mix before pouring them into your storage container so that the color is consistent. Then apply some gel base coat and dip just the tip of the nail into the Sleek White, and then pour your custom color over the background. Finish it with a cap layer of the clear powder, and then repeat the process across the other nails, matching them up from side to side so they all have the same length of floor. So then to create your tile pattern, use black paint and very thin lines just to go across and create that grid pattern. Add some diluted black paint to create some shading, and then on a nail form backing, create your little figurine of yourself, or as I'm doing myself. And I used first a layer of Sleek White underneath the flesh tone so that the bare skin would show up as opaque. Finish off that, and then hold that against the nail form backing and sculpt the little girl next to it so you know that she is proportionately the right height compared to my person. And then using some eyeshadow and a couple shades of gray mixed with the Sleek White 3-in-1 powder, that creates a really good base for sculpting your oven and your microwave and pots and pans. Sculpt all the separate pieces together almost like you're making a 3D cube like you did in 3rd grade, and then go ahead and glue those pieces together with a little bit of nail glue and secure them with a bit more of the powder. What I like to do is I like to draw some of the pieces out on a piece of paper and then lay the nail form backing on top of it. That gives you a really nice little picture that you can see underneath it like a template, which makes it very easy for sculpting things like the oven door. Create a little hinge with a piece of wire and 2 little glass beads. Attach that oven door to the rest of your oven. Add some details like the handle, a little yellow patch to make your little 3D clock or the time on your oven. Make a little fire for your oven because some things just don't go right. Repeat the same basic process to create a little cabinet. This time though, instead I have a drawer as well that's pulled out a little bit, so you're going to need to create a little bit more depth there. Stain your cabinet with a bit of diluted brown acrylic. Then create all the little details for your cabinet like a countertop, a towel sticking out of the drawer, a little silicone spatula. For the towel, pick that up while the acrylic is still a bit wet, and then lay that, drape it into the drawer. Add other details, gluing everything together, a little rolling pin coming out of that pan, a wooden spoon. You're also going to need to sculpt your table. So sculpt that on a nail form backing as well, put it together, Then using the same steps as you did for making the little towel, you're going to want to make a tablecloth. So using that same blue color so that it's all matchy-matchy, go ahead and make a tablecloth. Then with gray acrylic, I'm going to be sculpting the first kitty cat, which is my cat Max. So on a nail form backing, yet again, everything is made off the nail for this design and then assembled later. Make a gray cat. With some black acrylic, I'm going to be making a black cat. When you're working on a nail form backing with acrylic, be conscious that your acrylic should be a little bit more dry than you might normally use it, because as soon as it hits that slick surface of the nail form backing, it's going to spread more than you may be accustomed to. So just bear that in mind when you're working with it. Assemble everything with a little bit of nail glue. Put a little bit of a little spacer on the back of the two people so that they stick up off the nail a little bit more. And then just lay everything out onto the nails, glue them down, secure them with some clear acrylic on the backside so the pieces are a bit stronger. And just get everything all set up. I added a couple extra details like a to-do list and a clock. Mix together some gel top coat with your 3-in-1 powders to create a paint, and you can use this to add details to every piece on here. So I started with mixing the sleek white to create a milky white paint. When you're doing this and using that paint, it is a bit thicker in consistency, so you have to really press it onto the piece to get it to blend out, but it does blend out really nicely and it isn't a super opaque paint, so you do get wonderful gradients and wonderful highlights with it. Using acrylic paint, I added a couple more details to all of my pieces. One thing that I decided to do is all of my clocks have a slightly different time on them. They're about 15 to 20 minutes spaced apart. That's just how my life seems to go sometimes, so I figured that would be a nice little touch. Add details to the faces of your two pieces. On my little to-do list, I decided to write, well, to-do to start with, but then underneath it I have 3 things to cross off, and all of them say NTNA because that seems to kind of be the driving force in my life right around this time. I added details to everything. As much as you can, just add details to a piece like this. Add different times, add numbers where you can, add labels on things, just assemble everything. Over my tablecloth and my towel, I applied another thin layer of gel-based coat, and then I sugared them with the clear powder. I made another paint out of the blue crushed gelée powder, and then I did that for the frame of my clock. Make a couple little drips out of a glitter gel, and then you can glue those down in place. This is for the splatters from the mixing bowl, so I put those everywhere because I've done this so many times in my kitchen where I'm mixing something, especially with powdered sugar, and I turn on the mixer and it poofs like a mushroom cloud and I get stuff everywhere. So mixer mayhem is a pretty common occurrence in my house whenever I am baking something. So finish off the design with as many little drips as you can, paint the toenails, add some glossy areas on the design, especially over the windows in the microwave and the oven so that you can see into them. And that is it. I love this design. It is really a very common occurrence in my household. It's just one of those things where I look at this and I laugh so hard inside because I've seen this scene happen, especially with the cats. Those cats cause trouble too. And Melody, who am I kidding? We all have our days. So I hope you guys love this, and don't forget to vote on Monday. We have been wanting to know, what is your name?
Mommy.
Melody. And how old are you? 2. Almost 2. You're 20 months. And what is your favorite treat to make with Mama in the kitchen?
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Good choice. Are they yummy? Yeah. Mwah.
So, thank you, Katie, for clearing up a mystery we've had week after week, and that was who was your adorable video co-host.
Right.
And that was the adorable Melody, who is also an inspiration in our art today. She is almost 20 weeks old and loves cupcakes.
Right.
Love cupcakes. I love cupcakes too.
Cupcakes, yes.
And of course, they love cats because this is one of the things that you two are just going nuts for.
The whole time that video was on, me and I were like, so the cats?
The cats.
Should we meet the cats?
Like, I want to meet her cats.
What are their names, Max? Like, we, like...
Yeah, give us the name of the cat.
How bad is this?
The reason leading into the video I said this, reached out to my little inner girl, is I always wanted a dollhouse and I never had one.
It's
I
kind
had
of dollhousey.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
people.
it is.
But the whole miniature furniture thing and
the
opening
opening, the
cupboards
closing. Oh my
all
god.
this whole miniature thing,
spatula.
I just was the drawer opening.
Even the at very end of it, where she was
God.
assembling it, it was almost
so
like
fun.
a plane, like
Yeah.
Lego, or
Yeah.
like she was placing it
That
as
was
if it
so
was a
fun.
paper
She was
doll.
decorating like a little
Yes.
playhouse.
It was
so
very
cute.
eye-catching, like throughout the whole
Oh my
process.
gosh.
You're like, okay, what's next? Oh, what's
Yeah.
next? You know.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I just
And
think detail-wise, like every time I look at this, I see something new. I love that about this piece, and I love that she made something messy but really clean.
Yes.
Messy but fun.
Credit to her bravery at showing her kitchen.
I thought that
the
was
way it is right now.
so,
That's an NTNA kitchen.
So brave.
We talked about in the
sure.
break. Dana Cecil showed us her kitchen.
Yeah,
season.
no.
And and we were like, come on, husbands. Help out these busy ladies in their competition time, right?
Yeah.
But that's how my kitchen looks. I'm always busy too.
And I love that when I first looked at this, I totally understood what her superpower was. Like, I'm like, okay, she must bake. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, I
like,
didn't need an explanation.
Yeah,
all I saw was a cat. Sorry.
Right.
I was like, she has cats. That's
black cat.
Superpower.
Oh my god,
The
black cat.
cupboard and the door opens and
It's
the
wonderful.
pie in the oven and then the bowls
It's
in the
wonderful.
microwave.
Yeah, but your eyes kept wondering like every part of
Totally.
that nail.
You want to see
like,
everything.
and then you want to go back and see it more so that like it's a very like good like attention grabber. I would say it's chaotic, it's fun.
It's
but
fun
then
chaos.
Sweet.
Yeah, totally
But
sweet.
clean. That yellow background
I
works.
love the yellow.
Amazing.
This is nail art to me.
Yeah.
It's on
it's
the
a
size
very
of a nail.
wearable.
It's tiny.
So much so.
Details. Like
Yeah.
this is so much harder to get fine details like that.
And
that
she put in a lot of detail even
So
after,
much.
Assembling everything so
Yeah.
neatly, but then
Yeah.
she
went
put
back and
layering and
added the
explaining
splatters.
everything. Oh yeah.
That was
And I
great.
feel like, when it comes to editing, it can be hard, right? Because a splatter, it can make or break, right? Because it's supposed to look messy, but she did it like a drip. And, I feel like you could have gone too far with this, but she didn't. She stopped
She
herself
chose to make like a
the
5-star
right
drips.
time.
Those
yeah.
are like nail art.
Yeah, it's so cute and cool. Like, I really love
really
this.
Not only she showed a lot of good little tidbits. She also incorporated our product Gelée 3-in-1 powder, and she really utilized it. I feel like she was using it as acrylic for 3D work, which was very, very clean, and used the brush really well. She did everything in her video, and then she was. I think almost everybody created this gel paint with the gel
I think
color,
so
mixing
too.
powder, color powder, and the gel, and they were painting with it, but. It was just very clear how she was able to work with our product. So from LeChat point of view, I really appreciate that everybody tried to explain and how we're using it, but her manipulation on the tablecloth just blew my mind. It was just absolutely fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you
Super
shared
cute.
that. Yeah, but I love
Awesome job. Way to go, Kadee.
Great job, and say hi to Melody and your cats for me.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I just put on this for her actually.
It's perfect.
I was prepared.
Yeah, you were.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
All right, moving on to Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Clever play on this video, girlfriend. Let's run her
Totally.
video, and we're going to talk about why Elaine thinks she's so clever.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Kelsey's Claus, and I want to say a massive thank you everyone who voted last week. We won the On Vogue challenge. Yay! For this week's challenge is sponsored by LeChat, and we are asked, aside from nails, what is your superpower? Well, y'all know I can speak Mandarin, but did you know I can speak 3 other languages? Yes. But let's divert for a moment. So I wanted to incorporate this.
She is an onion that you peel a layer, and there's another layer and another.
Yeah.
And the 5 languages on the 5 nail tips in a super unconventional way. So what to do, layers, unconventional, nail tips. Got it. A matryoshka nesting doll from Russia. It will showcase the 5 languages in a layer-like fashion in a super unconventional way using the nail tips. Now y'all know I'm crazy, so did you expect anything less? Keep watching. Hello, 你好, Guten Tag, Hola, Bonjour. LeChat sent us these gorgeous 3-in-1 powders, but no black or brown. What to do? Don't fret, we can make them. Take red, blue, and yellow, 6 parts of each so you have enough mix. If you need more, add equal parts to keep the ratio. Create brown by using blue and orange. You can add red and green to alter the brown shade. Start by buffing your nail tips. The nails will be our canvas, but in an unconventional way. By having heat under the nail will cause it to curl towards the heat. Then you can manipulate it to create a ring. Solder the ends together. For the largest ring, by putting the tip over heat, you can gently stretch and manipulate it. Be extremely careful not to burn yourself. Refine the shape with an E-file and by adding clear acrylic to refine the outer circumference. Time to build our matryoshkas. Use blue tack in a long sausage shape and put your nail at the bottom. Use sleek white to build up the shape. By sprinkling wet acrylic with the acrylic powder, you are able to mold it into a nice matryoshka shape. Repeat this process to build it up. Cut the middle so that you have two pieces. Tapping the acrylic and hearing a hollow sound will let you know the acrylic has set. Pull out the blue tack. Refine the inner circumference with an E-file. Always make sure they fit. Covering a gel bottle with saran wrap, you will build your largest matryoshka. Did you know in Russia the matryoshka factory creates their matryoshkas by hand and has since 1960s? Wow! LeChat Jelly 3-in-1 powder works amazing as an acrylic with monomer, as does sprinkling the powder. It makes molding these dolls a lot easier. File to refine the shape. You will do this a lot, not only to refine the shape but also to get a nice smooth canvas. Using a long bit to file covers more surface equally. Keep the bit parallel to the acrylic. Did you know in the factory they rub potato paste on the dolls to create a smooth canvas? You can do the same with acetone, no potato required. When using acrylic powder as color, use it very wet. It will act as a paint. Draw out the features with gel paint, only the skin tone, eyes, and eyebrows. Carve out a smile, use bare skin to create a cute nose, and use the brown mixture we created earlier for hair. Use Blue Crush for a cute beret and Cherry Berry for her cheeks. Always check to see if your matryoshka fits. Oui! Purple Rain is a beautiful thermal acrylic that changes from purple glitter to blue glitter. Perfect for our little chica's dress. Rubbing monomer on the ring and then dipping it into the acrylic creates a nice texture. Use Cherry Berry to create some muy caliente lips. Give her a cute little flower in her hair with Sunny Days. Use Sunny Days, Cherry Berry, and the black mixture to create our little German girl's dress. Of course, she needs a little hat for her traditional attire. Use Palm Leaf and Sunny Days. Use black and Cherry Berry for our Chinese girl's outfit. Use Sleek White and Sunny Days for her little accents. Asian culture typically has super cute dolls, so she had to be representative of this. Hen ka'ai. The Kelsey Matryoshka doll is the largest and therefore can have more prominent 3D work. Use black gel paint to paint the word claws and seal with matte top coat. This will prevent the glitter from sticking to the lettering. Apply clear acrylic and dip the netting into the clear to prevent it sticking. Put netting in when acrylic turns slightly matte. Use high gloss top gel sealer to paint the brim of the hat and around the wording. Sugar gold glitter to really make this hat come to life. Attach hat with clear acrylic to the head. Use bearskin, Sunny Days, Bonfire Night, and Palm Leaf to create your onion. Use the end of the toothpicks as our flag sticks. Apply one color first, sprinkle with acrylic, and this ensures a nice clean cut with your blade. This process makes color blocking so much easier. Drill a hole into the sides of your matryoshkas to hold their flag. Here's another fun color block. Apply clear acrylic first, use sunny days, and create a star. Apply cherry berry on top, and once cured, e-file it to reveal the design. And there you have it, my superpower on 5 nail tips in a totally unconventional and onion-like way. Thank you, LeChat, for the awesome challenge and products. Did you like this design? If so, please don't forget to vote to help keep your girl in the competition. Fingers crossed. Hope to see y'all next time. Au revoir. Tschüss. Adios. Zaijian. Bye.
Cute job, Kelsey, on how you come up with a superpower. Because I have said, I think she's like the smartest human being. I think anybody who can speak 2 languages is amazing.
Right.
Beyond 2, you're like superpowers for sure. And I thought it was cute, her editing, that she pulled our segment where I called her an onion because she's so layered.
And she's holding the onion.
Oh my God.
She's holding it. It's so cute.
It's a very cute piece. What is it called?
No, I wrote this because
Good.
I
You were
was like,
thinking
I've
ahead.
learned a new word. Yeah.
I like that.
Matrishka.
I was
Matrishka.
At first, I thought she was gonna say that she spoke Russian, and I was like, if you speak
seriously.
Russian too, like.
But you know that each doll is an homage to the languages she speaks.
Right.
And then each one is that country's theme. You
Right.
know?
And of course, Kelsey has the claws.
Oh my God.
The claws hat, because that's her.
With the glitter.
With the glitter.
We were talking about this in the break about, like, I usually, the first thing I always look at in a nail competition is if the theme calls for nails, I want to go, like, where's the nails?
Right.
And my first thing I go is, where's the nails?
Right.
And watching the video, I go, clever on you, girl, because she manipulated the nails to work in the way that she needed them to work in order for her to get really out there.
She calls it an unconventional way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that she mentioned that it was admitting that it was an unconventional way to use it.
Yeah.
But I know, like, for a fact, like, following her from last season and this season, she's way more capable of, like, very well capable of sculpting, you know, the dolls, the frames from acrylic and utilize the nail tips. So, you know, that was one little thing that, like, left me a question, but like, overall it was so cute.
Yeah. I agree.
And, you know, she had a great pro tips, and she's a quiet storyteller. Like, you're watching her video, you always learn something from her video.
She has those facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the potato.
Potato. Yeah.
Karen Berryman agrees because she's saying her techniques are amazing. The thought that must go into the planning of a design is the basis, I guess, to a successful creation. Loving this design, these little dolls, gorgeous. The colors are detailing, it's gorgeous. It does. Like, you do have to plan, like, just the planning of making sure they nestle.
I was gonna say the sizing is what really got me. That's where I would have completely messed this up. I just love that she kept saying, make sure it fits, make sure it fits. So she had to keep at every step of the process, making sure one thing went into the other. I mean, so just technically, this is very, very, like, intricate and advanced, you know, in terms of sizing.
Like,
so
you have to
really
be
cool.
like an engineer or somebody who knows how to, like, you know, build something properly and proportion wise and all that. So which, you know, like, kudos to her. And I love the little flags and the fact that she sculpted all the flags into these little tiny little flags. That was really, really cute, and that it's removable. They are all openable. Yeah. And I love the outside of, like, the biggest Matryoshka doll is Kelsey.
I love that.
Very personal. Well,
but I know she can do a little bit better, like, in detailing, you know, adding a little bit more detail in the hair and, you know, that. But overall, it was cute, whimsical, very Kelsey, very
Kelsey. Yeah. And don't you want to mention her hat?
Oh my God! So in the beginning of the video, so LeChat had sent them, you know, like, 8 powders, I believe, and then two acrylic brushes, a scarf, and a black hat with pink rhinestone with LeChat logo on it. And, like, there were several girls who were wearing it and then, like, wearing the scarf, or, like, put it in the picture where they were, like, tagging us and shouting for us. And I just love, you know, seeing Kelsey with the hat. She's always wearing the hat,
so appropriate. Yeah. I agree. Good move, Kelsey.
Well done, Kelsey.
Well done.
So this week I decided for everybody to get to know Rebecca.
Please.
Becca.
Please.
Listen, I am the most amateur knitter.
Me too. I'm
in
not
the
a good
face of the
knitter.
planet. I can make dog sweaters like no others,
I
but
can
they
make a
take me
purse.
a year.
I was going to say, I made a purse with the help of someone else.
Watching her sitting
Yeah.
in her spa chair and knitting in the intro to this video.
Like, not
at
even
the
looking.
Not
How do you
looking. Like,
I'm
and
what-
She
just
looks so
going.
chill and calm
Yeah.
in the video.
Mad respect, Becca, for your knitting skills. But you guys have to watch this video.
Yes,
She's so adorable. We'll come back and talk.
Absolutely.
Hello everyone, I'm Becca. Welcome back to my salon. This week's challenge was from LeChat, and they wanted us to display our superpower on a set of nails. Now, my superpower is that I am a knitting speed demon. I went to a knitting retreat, and knitting guru Annie Morissette labeled me a speed demon, so obviously that's my superpower. My favorite things to knit are lace shawls and socks. Several years ago, I participated in a knitting marathon where you either had to knit things with sock yarn or just knit socks. And over the course of 3 months' time, I knit about 7 miles worth of yarn. And I only came in second and was beaten by one pair of socks. Now, how to represent that in nail form. My original design sketch has a checkered flag morphing into snowflake color block nails, flanking a demon atop a knitted mountain, but not just any demon. This is a demon from the Night on Bald Mountain sequence from the 1940 Disney film Fantasia. I'm going to create it using these gelée 3-in-1 color powders that I received from LeChat. These can be used with their powder gel dipping and acrylic systems. I don't have the rest of the products that go with these systems, so I'm going to be using substitutes. Not able to find tips of my desired length and width, I sculpted my own out of white powder. This is a technique I learned from Kirsty Meakin. Draw out the pattern and then apply small portions of colored acrylic to fill those spaces. Work in layers to make these sections quite tall, as we'll be filling in the extra space with a different color acrylic later. Here is the checkered flag morphing into snowflake pattern all filled in. Fill in the end with sleek white, the middle with a mixture of purple rain and sleek white, and the very bottom with straight purple rain. Now it's time to follow through the top layers to see your design. Just remember to work slowly and evenly so that you're not removing the pattern that you worked so hard to apply. Here's the color block nail finish filed and top coated. This dip ombre technique is one I learned from Jess Alexander. You will need a very fluffy, soft, blown out brush. Now, I will usually keep brushes until the handle breaks, because even if you lose all the bristles on a brush, you can insert a needle and then you have a new sculpting tool, so keep all those brushes. Make a mixture of sleek white and blue crush for the tip of the nail. Using an LED cured dip system, apply your adhesive. Take your extra fluffy brush, dip it into the colored powder, and then tap on the brush to sprinkle the powder over the nail. Be careful not to touch the brush to the nail itself. Repeat these steps, always overlapping the color so you get this nice gradient going down the nail. I wanted mist surrounding my demon mountain, so I'm going to make it out of yarn. This lime and teal variegated is one that I hand-dyed myself using Kool-Aid. Make a small piece of knitted fabric. Then take several strands of yarn and separate them into individual plies. Thread these plies through the live stitches for a wispy effect. Make some extremely tiny knitting needles using laser beam and then thread them into the cast on edge. Saturate the ply with monomer and then work a bead of laser beam down the strand. While this will stiffen the yarn, it still won't give it quite enough body to stand up on its own. Drape over a tube and create a support structure of clear acrylic. Continue adding beads and holding until the yarn is arranged in place. Add the second knitting needle and secure onto the nail. In the movie, ghosts swirl through the mist, so here I'm making some ghost frogs to add to the yarn. Why frogs, you say? In knitting, when you have to unravel your work to fix a mistake, they call it frogging, because you rip it. Happy little ghost frogs done in laser beam with some blue crush eyes. And here's the yarn mist nails done. Wrap some nail foil paper around your nail to make a base for the sculpture. Add details to your sculpture, starting with those furthest back and working your way forward. When you've blocked out your sculpture, remove the excess with an e-file. Create the wings separately by sculpting them over a tube, and then mount them to the back of the demon sculpture. I wanted my demon standing atop a mountain of 3D knitted stitches. This is a technique I learned from Natasha Harton. Mix laser beam acrylic powder into clear polygel. Eventually you'll get to the point where you can start working with it with gloved hands. And then keep adding powder until it gets to the point where it only sticks after you squeeze it. Roll into a snake shape and then gently push towards the middle while slightly twisting. Apply a thin layer of your polygel mixture and then gently press the twisted rope into place. Be sure to alternate the twists so it looks like knitting stitches. I really wanted to challenge myself to work with the colored powder, so the only paint on here is this metallic silver I'm adding to the sock knitting needles that the demon has. Here is the demon nail with its removable mountain base. And here's my finished set of knitting speed demon nails. Let's see how it looks in the dark. Thank you, LeChat, thank you, Nails Magazine, and thank you for watching. Please go vote.
I liked your homage to Fantasia, Disney Fantasia. Like, she comments a few times. She must know this movie really well, because she credits it again later. Oh, and frogs. Like, I learned so much from this video, from the Fantasia to the frogs. I said, why frogs? When she started doing the frogs, and she goes, you might be asking why frogs.
Right.
Because unraveling mistakes in knitting, you rip it. Frogs.
Yeah.
So those are my takeaways. Super cute, Becca. You're adorable.
Yeah, definitely as someone who, like Elaine and I were saying, like, I've tried knitting, like, it's so, it was not easy for me, so I appreciate that not only do you have this craft of doing amazing nail art, but you have this craft of knitting, and you're so passionate about it, and you showed it to us. Like, she showed us her superpower. Like, she can knit without, like we were saying, without even looking at it.
I know. And I might add, she wasn't using 2 needles. She was using, like, 3 or 4. It was the socks. She was talking about the socks. She used multiple needles.
Yeah.
She's just, like, ripping through it like nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? She's, like, chilling, and she's talking
to the
knitting,
camera.
and I'm like,
I'd be all tied up in knots.
Like, so cool in the video.
But I like that. I like that, you know, your superpower should be something you feel really confident about.
Right.
So I like that she showed us, like, hey, I'm really good. I did a marathon, for God's sakes. Like, I am here. I'm a competitor. I'm here for it.
And she was very confident talking about, like, even her voice was very confident about talking about this, like, knitting marathon. I'm like, question. Like, what? Like, what did I just
how long
hear?
was
like,
the marathon?
How many
Where
socks
did this
is
marathon
that?
take place?
Like, and then
so
the shawls were beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, everything, like, about, like, the intro, like, grabbed my attention so hard. Like, yes, it wasn't, like, the highest quality or fanciest, but it, like, grabbed my attention that I wanted to, like, watch what she was doing.
Absolutely.
And she took a lot of time in the set. Like, she created her own tip instead of using the tip out of box. She sculpted and then created her own tip. Color blocking technique, which is, you know, you sculpt with, you know, liquid
oh my god, how rewarding is it watching her file it all away and revealing the design? Yeah. That could be like one of those videos that people just watch.
Yeah.
Nail technicians, the reveal when you're filing and here comes the design.
And those are so popular and very trendy. So like good for her to like following those, you know, trend. And she like shouted out Kirsty Merkin.
Yes, that's what
Kirsty
from
Merkin.
England.
Yeah, she also shouted out, I think she was one of the ones who, she was the other person who shouted out Natasha.
Yes.
And then she even talks about Allie. So I love this little community of texting going on.
Yeah. Tech support, you know, each other. That's really good.
Tech support.
Tech support each other.
Yeah,
Tech support.
Tech support.
Like, sorry, I'm like nerdy right now.
And she dyes her own yarn.
I know, that was
With
really
Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
what
it was
flavor
really cool.
Kool-Aid?
Tell us,
Depends
Becca.
on
Well, she
what
said
color.
lemon lime.
Lemon, it must have been
and,
because it was yellow.
And then there was something else that I just like kind of missed it. But let's talk about her cat in the very beginning.
Hemi has her ears on.
Like,
and
I mean, like
Her
I'm
opener
just
to her
gonna-
video with the little thing
Yeah,
is
and
cute.
I literally had to like remove my headset. Like, was there a cat here?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, so I
She
started
opens
that.
every video that way. It's
Like,
cute.
I
It's become
love
a
that. Like, how many
signature.
cats does she have? What are their names? Like, how fat they are? Like, tell me everything, okay? Tell me everything about your cats.
You are
Please.
so funny.
I mean, you know,
So great, yeah.
I'm a crazy cat lady.
No,
so.
it's wonderful.
The time she put into her demon, too, we can't
The demon.
not.
And I
talk
like that
about her-
we were saying we like
her
that she
shiny,
called
glassy
herself
demon.
a speed. She owned it. I'm a
Knitting
speed
demon.
knitting demon.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's like a badass. Like,
it is.
can
That's
I
what I'm
say
saying. I love that
anymore?
she called herself that.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
such a bad.
Yeah.
She made
badass.
knitting a badass.
That's what I'm saying. She
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
it, yeah, because it's not something you would
It's not
typically
something
think.
people make unless you've ever tried it. It's hard as hell.
It's so hard.
And, like,
I
after
can't stress this
watching-
enough. It's
No.
so difficult.
After watching the video, like I kind of see like, oh, okay, so now I get like this whole concept because like in the beginning, like
when
I
you just
saw
look
the-
at it, it's
I
hard.
was a
You
little
don't understand.
skeptical.
I agree.
Like,
with
I
what's
feel like-
that red thing?
Yeah.
You
the
know?
green yarns kind of.
I feel like she's done a old sweater nails technique versus the new sweater nails. Like what she did to the demon is what they show you if you want to do sweater nails. You twist in the opposite direction, right? But maybe Becca will be trending with her new design of actually knitting it and putting it on the nail.
Oh my god, I need to see
She
that.
looked really
like, I
knit
need to see
and
that.
put it on
Yeah.
the nail.
Yeah.
And I need her to like teach me how to knit a little bit better.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
definitely
I'm a
need
knitter,
knitting.
but like I can't
need
really
knitting
knit
lessons.
anything other than a hat. So,
Great
you know.
job, Becca. So
Great
happy to
job.
get to share your
Yeah.
face.
I want to
when
get to
everybody
know
gets to know
her
you.
more.
Yeah.
I
So
do
I'm
too.
gonna
Cute.
look forward to her videos from now
I
on.
do too.
So like
Yeah,
that's,
for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really good.
Well, prepare to have your mind blown
I mean,
by
for
Stella.
real. Jeez
Stella's
almighty.
next. And we absolutely had to show this video because
You have to see this.
my
Move.
first impression was, did you go out and buy these pieces? Because it's that good. So let's go to Stella's video and then we're all going to come back with our minds blown.
Yeah.
Hello everyone! This is our third challenge for Nails Next Top Nail Artist Season 7. Doing nails is definitely our superpower, but this week we were asked to create a set on 5 nail tips illustrating our other superpower using 3 different nail techniques. Can you guess mine? Chemical engineering. But let's see more. Hey Google, what's the definition of engineer?
Engineer. An individual who does precise guesswork, based on unreliable data, provided by those of questionable knowledge. See also, wizard, miracle worker.
So, for this challenge, I wanted to illustrate my superpower by creating an intricate moving gear set with different sized gears and an amazing planetary gear, all properly engaged and fully working. This is the hardest 3D creation I've ever made, because in order for it to work, it demands absolute precision and accurate engineering design, using a CAD software to design and calculate the gears correctly. After designing the gears to the software program, now it's time to make it real. This is how the set will look, and we need to create one of each piece perfectly. Using white acrylic, create one gear of each kind. Be patient and make one tooth at a time because you need absolute precision. File and keep adding product layer by layer until you achieve the height needed. It's really important to be patient and work in layers. This way you will achieve the best result. The same way, create one of each piece needed. Using a thermoplastic material, you can create your own molds from the gears you made before. This way, you can create as many gears as you want by using your own prototype. Now it's time to play and give those gears color. Make sure you completely cover the mold with acrylic. When it's ready, remove from the mold. To create a cool smoke effect in the gears, dip your brush first on clear acrylic and right after on the laser beam and apply it to the mold by slightly mixing the two colors. Let's make one neon orange too. Again, dipping first in clear and then in color. Look how cool effect! Create the rest of the pieces the same way. You can play with endless colors and combinations. Using a screwdriver, bring all the pieces together. Look how all gears are moving. Satisfying, right? Mixing blue crash with base gel create color to paint the nails. Apply 2 coats of color and matte top coat. A chemical engineer combines a little bit of chemistry and a little bit of engineering. You think you don't know what it's written? They are all chemical substances that exist in nail products. Say hello to benzophenone 1. And this is benzoyl peroxide. It's used as an initiator in artificial nail systems. If you want to create your name in chemistry style, you should just go check the periodic table of elements and find the elements that complete your name. For a double color sugaring effect, apply 2 powders in different places before curing. This is the final set. And this is how it looks at night. I'm in love with this glow. I hope you like it, and don't forget to vote. Thanks for watching.
I have so many things, like, I don't even know where to start.
Right.
But for me, I will say first impression, when she started working on this, I felt like those gears looked like they were bought. They look plastic and fake. And then when she starts building that first gear and
The
shows
prototype.
she did it, one at a time, and then
Tooth by tooth.
and then used
by
the.
tooth.
I actually wrote it down because she called it the polymer thermoplastic mold.
Right.
Because we all use a lot of Play-Doh.
Right.
That's a really good molding technique in the nails. But I want some of this thermoplastic stuff.
I have some at home.
Do you? Because that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, so clever girl to be able
Very
to make
clever.
the one repeating gear 4 times and then even mix it up with some clear powder in there.
Yeah.
was clever. And then make it all work.
Her superpower was chemical engineering / a human 3D printer.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Because she literally created a
Human 3D
prototype, and then she was like
that.
engineering, like
Totally.
Spot on.
Like if you know like how to 3D print, like this is how you do it really, because you know you're casting it like on the computer, and then it's
I'm so glad she showed opening with the AutoCAD. That she used her engineering and started with the concept and then took it to building. I was and so artfully done with the color background, and using the periodic table
to name her own lab.
Oh
and then it glows in the dark, which is so satisfying.
I mean, she used the orange, the neon orange,
Yeah.
and then the glow in dark laser beam powder. So when she turns off the light, it like really pops, because she also used the UV lighting, I think, like blue light underneath, like behind it, so it glows in different ways. It was such a cool and the great contrast, because like her gears really stand out.
Exactly.
And you know the color combination, I'm like very, very happy to see.
It's impactful, and I mean, just to think of the pure engineering of everything lining up exactly. I just think, like, in terms of ambition and like technical skill, she really went for it, and I think this is the kind of thing, like, this is the ambition that people are looking for. Like we said, that wow factor.
You could tell from the comments too. Trina says, "Skills, Stella, skills."
Seriously.
Which is so true. And then, like, Karen Berryman, I love that she's verbal with each. You could just see the process of her watching this video through her comments here, as she's just, like, commenting on each one. It's so cute. One of them was, "Wow, this is amazing superpower. Love it."
Yeah.
So, chemical engineer.
Jeez. Right, and that's her day job.
I also love that she, like, put in the chemistry...
the table of elements?
The substances.
Oh, the background.
What they were.
The background. One was benzoyl
nail
peroxide.
Yeah, the nail. Yeah,
she took ingredients from the
right.
product.
And she, like,
one was
that,
benzoyl
so it was
peroxide.
very cohesive.
Totally.
Overall.
Yeah.
And it's attractive. Really.
It is pretty. Yeah.
And I will say this is the tip of the hat to Jan, because when we did the OMA, when we went to the museum, they showed the periodic, it's this kind of look this background for when they created the powder and the liquid, the monomer.
Yeah.
Well done,
Well
Stella.
done.
Stella.
Okay, you and Kelsey are the smartest people I know at this point. All right, so that's our competitors. Make sure you all go vote for them, because it's still open and we have to do it. But we still have C&D Design Lab to cover, because we now have 2 competitors in the Design Lab. Christy Hola, who was in there already waiting for who is she going to go up against, and she is going up against Bojana Radojicic. I finally can say her name, is what I want to say. So, there was a theme this week. I meant to put it in there. Do you recall?
I do recall.
Okay, because I was going to say I didn't write it in my notes.
Yeah, so because we loosely based the last chance challenge themes after the weekly challenge themes. So, since On Vogue's theme was star-crossed and it played with astrology, this theme is star-struck. So we asked these 2 competitors to hand paint a portrait of someone they would be absolutely starstruck to meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first nail we're going to look at is Christy's. I'm going to read what she had to say, and Beth, you can read the other one for Bojana. But she says, "When I saw the first Last Chance Lab challenge, I instantly knew I'd choose Marilyn Monroe. She's one of the most beautiful women who ever lived and has a memorable personality. I always admired her since I was a child. I'm sad that I can't meet her anymore. My opponent will be Bojana, the queen of portrait painting. So I had to improve my technique." And that you are so cute that she even says that. You know, I just fell in love with you a little bit more. "I had to improve my technique in this short time. I chose a very difficult face to paint for the first time. I used gel paints for this. The background is simple black, helps to bring the face more alive. I painted the darker colors first, and little by little added more lighter colors to it. Between the layers, I only flash cured the design and always used a dry brush to wash the colors together. In the end, all the little brush strokes will be gone when you put the top coat on top. It was challenging, but I really enjoyed this last chance in this competition." And I have to say, she did really good.
I knew right away it was Marilyn Monroe.
I did.
I mean, you can tell.
did.
Yeah, you can tell.
And
Even from the far, you can tell.
Yeah.
For sure.
Without knowing what the challenge was, you sent me the picture while we were in the airport on Monday. And I immediately knew this was Marilyn Monroe. Not gonna lie, Bojana, I thought it was Tom Cruise.
I thought
But reading her, I think I got it now.
I thought it was Adam Levine.
You
too.
thought it was
That's
Adam Levine?
exactly
Yeah, it could be
what
Adam
I
Levine.
thought. That's
No,
why I went.
like he definitely looks
This
like
guy
Adam
looks like Adam Levine.
Maybe I just like him so much.
I think that her shading and highlighting on Marilyn Monroe's collarbones and
Yes,
her pearls.
I think the shading is like really phenomenal.
Really
in
good,
the upper,
and
the
the
neck.
black works for
The-
her.
the background.
It adds
Yeah.
so much contrast,
Yeah.
and it pops.
Yeah.
really excellent.
Excellent,
I'm impressed
excellent
with her
job.
going, this is me not doing well. 'Cause it's freaking good. Why don't you give us Bojana's story about not Tom and Adam?
I know why you gave me this one because of the name.
Because it was, no, I gave it to you because of the name and because it was much longer.
Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. Okay. So forgive me in advance, everyone. I don't follow tennis. I apologize. So I have decided to paint the portrait of someone I admire and I would be honored to meet. That person is Novak Djokovic.
That's what I would think.
Serbian tennis player who is currently ranked world #1 in men's single tennis. He is a 6-time ITF world champion and a 5-time ATP year-end #1 ranked player. Djokovic has won numerous awards, including the Laureus World Sports Award for Sportsman of the Year 4 times, and the 2011 BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year Award. Djokovic has won 17 Grand Slam singles titles, 5 ATP finals titles, 34 ATP Tour Masters 1000 titles, 13 ATP Tour 500 titles, and has held the #1 spot in the ATP rankings for over 275 weeks.
Wow.
He's the only male player to have won all 9 of the Masters 1000 tournaments. His foundation, the Novak Djokovic Foundation, launched in 2007, is an advocate for childhood development and inclusive preschool education that enables children from disadvantaged communities, especially in Serbia, to grow up, play and develop in a stimulative, creative, and safe environment.
Wow.
A lot of sports stats.
Wow.
That
a
was
lot of
way more
numbers.
sports stats than my brain could handle.
I know,
in this
Bojana, are
moment.
you a big
She's
tennis fan?
clearly
Like,
a
don't-
huge tennis
Yeah,
fan.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like, Christy was cool to call out. Her painting
Bojana
is very
is
realistic.
known as a portrait artist, so yeah, I definitely think this is a tough competition, and I give both of them like a lot of kudos for showing up, and Christy, for going up against someone is really good at a particular skill set.
Okay.
Especially
so he
straight
does-
on. It's
Oh,
very
thank you,
straight
Hemi.
on.
I just pulled out the picture.
This looks exactly like him. Yes.
He does.
This is
Okay.
exact.
I think
Correct.
straight on portraits to paint are the hardest
Yeah.
because you have to get the eyes
And
the
even
right size, the
the
nose, the right
It has to be
location,
the
stubble.
everything.
ratio
Yeah.
and the right shading because the bone
Yeah.
structure
Yeah.
and the faces and the chin, everything.
Yeah.
Clearly,
it's a
his lip
combination
must
of
be
everything.
like a little
Right.
bigger on the bottom than it is on the top.
Right.
She's got really amazing
No, but
details
more
here.
I look at him,
No, this
like,
is
he
exactly-
does look
Scruffy.
like,
This
yeah.
is
Her,
exactly.
her scruff.
That's
even
what I was
painting
saying. The
scruff.
beard.
And the shading on the
And
neck.
he looks like Adam Levine though.
He does. And a little Tom Cruise. Just a little
And
bit.
yes.
of Tom
Can you
Cruise.
turn?
Oh yeah, they're gonna zoom in on your computer. I
Oh.
could have added here
Are we?
to your camera.
Hold on one second.
Aaron's bringing it in.
Let me just try to pull that picture.
Okay. Can you get it?
Can you get it?
There he is.
Yep.
So way to go. So now.
So can I just explain?
Yes, please do.
So for the C&D Last Chance Design Lab, Jan is picking a winner, and we will know who that winner is by Friday, but there's no public voting.
Nope,
But
it's
you
all
can-
on Jan.
Right, but you can still go to ntna.nailsmag.com. You can see both the entries, read the descriptions. You can see all the videos and nail sets we just talked about. And public voting closes tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you're voting. You can vote for one or more people, whoever you would like. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So next week we have a new sponsor and a new challenge. Beth,
Yes.
do you want to give that new challenge?
Yes. Next week we're going to Las Vegas. So when you
Yeehaw.
Vegas vacation sponsored by Glitz Accessories and such. So when you hear the word glitz, it's hard not to think of fabulous Las Vegas. Glitz challenges you to create a design on 10 nails inspired by flashy Las Vegas. The design must consist of a combination of 4D gel, crystals, and gel paint. The final design must contain at least 60% glitz crystals, and the video diary you submit must show how you adhere the crystals to the nails using the glitz 3-step method. The final look must be photographed on 2 actual hands.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This sounds so fun.
Doesn't it? I'm really
Yeah.
excited. And Ashton is from Las Vegas, so I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear her thoughts on all
her
these
take on
nails. Yeah.
So make sure that you go to OPI and oh my God, I
NTNA.
wrote that in here. It's my
NTNA
old
dot
one.
nailsmag.com.
NTNA. I'm in my brain trying to say what I'm going to say for tonight. NTNA.nailsmag.com and vote. Speaking of OPI though, tonight Beth and I will be at the big party announcing who the winner is of that NTNA. So tune in. Tonight, you're going to have some pop-in live videos of us doing the award ceremony we're going to do live. And then Nancy is going to be with us, so she's going to be filming. We'll have more stuff, maybe some interviews of the winner. And, of course, tune in weekly. We are here. We're Kupa TV, Nails Mag, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much, Hemi, for flying all the way here, joining us on behalf of LeChat and Newton, my buddy Newton. I love him.
Well, those who are tuning in, please follow us and tag us, like us at LeChatNails.com or our Instagram or Facebook at LeChat Nails, and follow us on YouTube, LeChat Nails Artist, LeChat Artist, and my name was Hemi, and thank you, LeChat, for sending me here, and thank you, Kupa and Nails Magazine, for having me.
We love having you. Anytime. Yeah.
And thank you, Beth, for coming on every week and having me.
problem.
And to you, the viewers, we always thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.